Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School Taif. I am Ms. Bushra Tanveer. This is Pakistan Studies class for grade 8. This is our 17th video of this class. In this video, we shall study chapter number 2 from Pakistan Studies book. Dear students, after today's lesson, you will be able to understand the text given in chapter 2. You will also be able to do the short question answer from this chapter. Dear students, now in our today's video, we shall continue chapter number 2, Making of Pakistan. The subheading is Reaction of the Political Parties, page 24. There was a hidden sign of accepting the Muslim League demand of a separate homeland. The provinces having Muslim majority could reject the constitution and establish their independent status. Thus there was a possibility of the creation of Pakistan. Muslim League expressed its satisfaction with reference to the protection of the rights of the minorities. After long deliberations, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and All India Muslim League refused to accept the proposal made by Cripps on the grounds that the demand for Pakistan was not instantaneously accepted in clear words. Dear students, now the explanation of these lines. As before this subheading, we discussed about the Cripps mission plan, and in the Cripps mission plan, what was that? I discussed in the previous video that the Sir Stafford Cripps tried to unite all the political parties on some points, but it failed in its attempt, and in that plan it was not clearly said about the demand for Pakistan. So the Muslim also rejected this plan because the demand for Pakistan was not clearly accepted in this proposal. And Gandhi and his political parties, All India National Congress, also rejected the proposal. They disproved the authority given to the province to reject the constitution. Congress was not convinced to accept any ambiguous or unambiguous proposal regarding the partition. The students, now the next subheading is Jinnah-Gandhi Talks 1944. Gandhi wrote a letter to Quaid-e-Azam in July 1944. He wrote, "My heart was asking me to write you a letter. I can meet you when you wish. Don't think me the enemy of Islam or the Muslims. I am not only the friend and servant of you, but of the whole world. Don't disappoint me." These are the words which Gandhi wrote the Quaid-e-Azam in 1944 in a letter, and he just want to visit or talk with Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. What was the purpose wasn't clear, but in the reply, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah also replied this letter. He said he proposed the meeting in Mumbai in the mid of August. It was decided in the meeting that instead of the verbal discussion, it is better to exchange letters so that the record of the viewpoint of both of the parties may be preserved. In this very meeting, Gandhi said clearly that he represented nobody but himself. He said that he was not meeting with Quaid-e-Azam as a representative of Congress. Quaid-e-Azam objected to it and stressed that unless talks are not held between the representative of the two nations, he could not hope to reach some positive result, and the talk started from the point of Pakistan resolution based on the two-nation theory. But during the talk, Gandhi refused to accept the two-nation theory. It means he wasn't in the favor of the Muslim for the demand of a separate state. Yes, students, now the next subheading is proposal made by Gandhi. After having dialogue and correspondence with Quaid-e-Azam, Gandhi said that although he was not supporter of two-nation theory, yet if Muslim League wanted to put Lahore resolution into practical form, this issue should be delayed. First, they should achieve the freedom from the British collectively. Afterward, Congress and Muslim League may settle the issue of Pakistan mutually. Reply of Quaid-e-Azam. Quaid-e-Azam adjudged that the style adopted by Gandhi is nothing but cheating and hypocrisy and cunningness. He emphasized that the British must settle the issue of Pakistan before the freedom of India because the Congress and Hindu could not be relied upon. Students, what was the proposal of Gandhiji? It means that he was not the supporter of the two-nation theory. First of all, he just want to get rid the freedom from the British, and he thought that the Indian got freedom from the British and collectively, and later on this issue will be may be settled of the demand of Pakistan mutually. But Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah's viewpoint was very clear, and he knew about that the Gandhi is was going to deceive and cheat the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So he insisted that the British must settle the issue of Pakistan before the freedom of India, because Congress and Hindus both are not reliable. Muslim can't be rely on these two people, means the Congress, the Indian National Congress, the committee of the Hindus, and also the Hindus political leaders. The Muslim can't be relied on these. So that reason Quaid-e-Azam said that first of all the demand of Pakistan will be accepted. Then he means that he supported the Gandhiji in any point. Dear students, now the next subheading is CR Formula 1944. When the British government crushed the Quit India movement launched by Gandhi forcefully and put Gandhi behind the bars, his movement died out. Now Gandhi tried to weaken the Muslim League by trapping Quaid-e-Azam in a conspiracy. Gandhi used Chakravarti Rajgopal Acharya and asked him to express opinion about the partition of India. Yes, students, first of all, it is very important for you to know about the CR formula. CR formula, actually in this formula, when the Gandhiji was arrested and he wanted to crush the British government, so in the jail Gandhiji wanted to against the plan to weaken the Muslim League, and in this plan he used another leader, Hindu leader Chakravarti Rajgopal Acharya, and he said to him about the division of the subcontinent, and also Chakravarti Rajgopal was the Indian, or we can say leader of the Hindu, and he belonged to Madras, and he was very famous among the people, and he was known as in the public as Rajaji. And Rajgopal Acharya and Gandhi finalized the formula in March 1944. Students, now the next lines from the same subheading. This formula is known as CR formula. In the meantime, the correspondence between Quaid-e-Azam and Gandhi, who was in jail, continued. The formula was sent to Quaid-e-Azam. Quaid-e-Azam was informed of the details of the formula on 8th April 1944. The main points of CR formula were as under. The first point is, this formula is the basis of the agreement between Congress and Muslim League. Gandhi and Quaid-e-Azam will agree it, and they will try to approve it from their respective parties. The second point is, at the end of the war, a commission would be appointed to demarcate the districts having a Muslim population in absolute majority, and in those areas plebiscite would be conducted on basis of all would vote the inhabitants, including the non-Muslims, were adult. Now the points of the CR formula which are discussed over here, that the formula is basis of an agreement between the Hindus and the Muslim, means the Congress and the Muslim, and both the leader of the both parties, Quaid-e-Azam and the Gandhiji, will agree to it, and they will try to approve this from the both party leaders or from the both sides. And after the end of the Second World War, the commission was established, and in that commission is decided that in the Muslim majority areas, that areas will be given to Muslims, and Muslims have the right to take the decision, and on the other side, on those areas, there will be referendum, or the other areas will be means that boundaries will be collected, or we can say the boundaries by the referendum. The third point is, the League was to endorse the Indian demand for independence and to cooperate with the Congress in formation of provisional interim government for a transitional period. All parties would be allowed to express their stance on the partition and their views before the plebiscite. In the event of the separation, a mutual agreement would be entered into for safeguarding essential matters such as defense, communication and commerce, and for other essential services. The transfer of population of any would be absolutely on the voluntary basis. Number 7 point is, the term of the binding will be applicable only in the case of full transfer of power by the Britain to Government of India. Yes, students. Now the next point, that All India Muslim League was the All India Muslim League also had the demand for the independence of state for the Muslim, and they just want to make the temporary government to solve this problem. And the next point, that all parties would be allowed to express their stance on the partitions, and they have the right to give their own point of view for the demand of or for the partition of the subcontinent. In the event of separation, a mutual agreement would be entered into the safeguarding the essential matters, such as means that the very important things which is discussed over here, that the defense, communication and the Congress and other essential services will also be divided into both nations. The transfer of population, if any, would be absolute on a voluntary basis. It means that the people will have the right that they have to transfer themselves on any areas or on the voluntary basis. The term of binding will be applicable only in case of full transfer of power by Britain to Government of India. It means that the Government of India have the right that they have to transfer the people, or applicable only in case of full transfer of power by the Britain to Government of India. Dear students, now the next subheading is Shimla Conference 1945. After the failure of the Cripps mission, all Indian National Congress began to pressurize the British government to finish its rule in India and transfer the powers to the majority party. Gandhi launched civil disobedience and Quit India movement. He asked the people to boycott the court and offices. Show of power was demonstrated through a meeting and procession. The Second World War was turned in the favor of British and its allies. Seeing the changing circumstances, Congress tried to join Muslim League in order to increase the pressure. Gandhi invited Quaid-e-Azam to join the collective struggle, but he was intelligent and far-sighted enough to be trapped. Quaid-e-Azam refused to consider any formula other than the creation of Pakistan. Students, as you know, in the previous topic or in the previous lesson, we discussed about the failure of the Cripps mission, and also All Indian National Congress pressurized the British government to finish its rule from India, and he just want the whole power by his own hand. So Gandhi ji launched the civil disobedience and Quit India movement, and he also pressurized the people to boycott the courts and offices, and he just want, or he tried to join the Muslim League in order to increase the pressure. But Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah knew about the means that he knew the thinking or the views of the Gandhiji, because Gandhi all the time cheated and deceived the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was very intelligent person, so he knew about the views of Gandhiji. So that reason he refused to consider any formula other than creation of Pakistan, and also he refused to support the Gandhiji in this plan. The students, now the next lines are following points were included in the Wavell plan. The constitution of the future will be made with the will of all the political forces. The second point, the Viceroy Executive Council will be reconstituted. Representative of all the political forces will be selected for it. 6 Hindus and 5 Muslim representatives will be included in the Executive Council. Point number 3, Governor General will preside over the Executive Council. All the members of the Executive Council will belong to the subcontinent except the Commander-in-Chief. Point number 4. After reconstituting the Executive Council in the center, Executive Councils will be reconstituted in all the provisions. Dear students, these are the points which are included in the Wavell plan, and in these points are also not very clear for the demand of the Muslims in the subcontinent, because the Muslim wants the separate state, or Qaid-e-Azam also wants the separate state for the Muslim, and also the points which are discussed over here, that the constitution of the future means that they planned means the committee that in the future that will be all the political forces was the part of this plan or the constitution. And also in the Executive Council, 6 Hindus and the 5 Muslim representatives will be included in the Executive Council, and the Governor General will also presiding over the Executive Council, and all the members except Chief in Command will be from the subcontinent. And after reconstitution means that when this Executive Council will be re-established, then the Executive Councils will be reconstituted in all provinces. It means that this council will be established and the people will be selected from all the provinces. Dear students, now the next subheading is holding of Shimla Conference. The members of the various political parties were invited to participate in the Shimla Conference in 1945 to think over the Wavell Plan. Pandit Nehru, Abul Kalam Azad, Baldev Singh from Congress, Qaid-e-Azam Liaquat Ali Khan and Sardar Abdul Rab Nashtar from Muslim League, Chief Ministers of all the provinces, representative of the Unionist and other political parties attended this conference. Students, now the Wavell Plan, after the Wavell Plan, the Shimla Conference was established, and all the political parties are invited to join this Shimla Conference. And from the Congress, Pandit Nehru, Abul Kalam Azad or Baldev Singh, and from the Muslim League, Qaid-e-Azam Liaquat Ali Khan and Abdul Rab Nashtar, these were the representative for the Muslims, and they attend this Shimla Conference, and the Chief Minister of all the provinces, representative of the Unionist and other political parties, attended this conference. Means except of these leaders, the Chief Minister of all the provinces and also the, you can say, the Unionist and other political parties also attended this conference. Students, now the short question from this chapter is, what was the reply of Qaid-e-Azam in Jinnah Gandhi talks in 1944? Reply of Qaid-e-Azam Rahmatullah Alayh. Qaid-e-Azam adjudged that the style adopted by Gandhi is nothing but cheating and hypocrisy and cunningness. He emphasized that British must settle the issue of Pakistan before the freedom of India, because Congress and Hindus could not be relied upon. The next question, write any 3 points of the Wavell Plan. Lord Wavell was the British Viceroy in India. He announced to call for a conference to think over the issues of the subcontinent so that decisions could be taken regarding the constitution of the future, the formation of the government and elections of the assemblies. Following points were included in the Wavell Plan. Number 1. The constitution of the future will be made with the will of all the political forces. Governor General will preside over the Executive Council. All the members of the Executive Council will belong to the subcontinent except the Commander-in-Chief. Point number 3. After the reconstituting the Executive Council in the center, Executive Councils will be reconstituted in all the provinces. Dear students, now the homework. Learn and write short question answers which are done today. I think each and every points clear to you. See you in the next video. Goodbye.